Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. And before I begin discussing the assignments for the week, I do want to mention about your short story analysis essay that you turned in to me at the end of week 4. I should have those back by Thursday, June 18th. Now, when I have them all posted, I will send everyone an email to remind you to check on my grades in Blackboard to see what you made. I do want to remind you as well that if you send me an email asking me when I'm going to have these graded, it certainly doesn't speed up the process. So it usually takes me about a week and a half after the deadline in grading them. Now, I am going to give you an opportunity once you do get your short story analysis essay grade back to do a rewrite for up to 10 points higher. Now, this is only up to a 94. So if you made a 94 or above, you will not have an opportunity to a rewrite, but you would only be able to write it 10 points higher up to a 94. For example, if you got an 88 on your final grade and I let you do a rewrite, you can only do it for up to 6 points up to a 94. I do this on the first essay to make sure everyone understands what I'm looking for and to give you a little more confidence in your next essay. Now, during week 5, we introduced poetry. In the poems that I selected, I hope they were diverse and interesting for you. But I wanted you to look for poetic elements such as alliteration, imagery, personification. Some have a distinctive rhyme scheme. If you watch the review of poetic elements video that I ripped off from YouTube, the woman there really covered most of it on the video that I want you to look for as well. Now, you're going to have to write a poetic analysis essay in a few weeks, so you might want to begin looking for a poem that you might want to do, on which you might want to write an analysis. Now, the poem must be from a published poet. It cannot be from one of the poems that we've covered in class. If we've already discussed it, you can't choose that. You might want to look for a poem from our Valencia reader. You can scan through and find a poem that you might like. Poetry.com and poetry.org also are excellent websites. Any of the poems you find there would be suitable. Now, if it's a poem that is not from a published poet, then I probably won't approve it. So next week, not next week, but week 7, I'm going to ask you to tell me the poem that you chose and approve it. So be thinking about that now, one that you might want to do your analysis on. Now, this week we're going to do To an Athlete Dying Young by A.E. Housman, and another one called My Papa's Waltz from Rothke. The second one, My Papa's Waltz, is very controversial. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of discussion on it. And the third one is the Langston Hughes poem, Daybreak in Alabama, an excellent poem that is full of imagery. Now, on the Rothke and the Hughes poem, you're going to have discussion questions. Make sure you do at least 200 words minimum on your DQ response. And also make sure you respond to your peers, at least 3 of your peers, in a substantive way. Now, on the homework assignment for A.E. Housman, To an Athlete Dying Young, it's make sure you complete both questions completely, especially the one asking you to look for poetic elements. Guys, some of you have been emailing me and asking me questions. I hope you continue to do so. I also will be happy to do a FaceTime or Skype conference if you request. And you could email me, of course, anytime, even not during my office hours. Have a great week.